Next on Worcester News Tonight, a man faces a murder charge in the death of a teacher's aide in Worcester. How DNA evidence played a role in his arrest. Plus, a virtual bird's eye view on the first day of spring through the use of new technology. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Catherine Andrioli. Today marks the first day of spring, and many in the Worcester area headed outside to enjoy the warmer temperatures, just 1 week after a winter storm dumped more than a foot of snow on the city. Many were out at Elm Park today enjoying spring-like temperatures. As you can see, there was still some snow on the ground, but many were still outside and happy to be out in the warm temperatures. People we spoke with say they've had enough of the snow and are ready for the spring. Some even saying they're ready for the summer.
It feels beautiful. It feels great. We were actually exactly a week ago today. We were like in the house watching it come down and shaking our heads and being like, oh God, no.
Are you ready for spring and summer now, or are you so done with the winter? Or?
I'm so ready. I'm ready for spring. Well, yeah, today is spring, but I'm ready for summer. Yeah.
I have a beach house in Maine and I want to go, and everything's like reminding me of Maine.
And a Worcester man got a bird's eye view today of Dean Park in Shrewsbury through virtual reality droning. Rodney Stevens says he's been using the technology for more than 4 years now. He took his family to the park today on the first day of spring and brought the drone out to catch a glimpse of the park from above. He says the drone can travel up to 100 feet off the ground, carrying a camera and capturing the scenery. He and his wife have a virtual headset to see the droning from the ground.
It has come a very long way. When I first started, it was just to make your own, because I used to build my own drone, but now it comes, pre-built and a lot more advanced than what, we first started with.
Yeah, I think it's really neat. You get the, unique bird's eye view of Worcester and Shrewsbury, and, it's kind of neat because if you don't know the area, you kind of get a little view of it from above and can kind of see what's around that area, the schools, the parks, and things like that.
And it's the first day of spring, so it's the perfect day to do it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Awesome.
it's nice.
And drones have become particularly popular, especially for photography and videography of landscapes. A Worcester man is charged in the murder of a teacher's aide in the city. Prosecutors say DNA evidence helped lead police to arrest a 54-year-old man who has a long criminal history. Our Rosalind Flaherty was in court today and has the details.
54-year-old Jose Melendez hides behind a door in Worcester District Court Monday.
His demeanor is relatively calm, very upset about the allegations that have been made against him.
Melendez is charged with murder in the death of Worcester teacher's aide Cassandra Hare. Prosecutors say DNA collected from a 2000 rape case linked Melendez to the murder.
Consented to a DNA swab. A buccal swab was taken and sent to the lab, and his DNA profile was compared to the evidence from the crime scene and is a match.
According to police, Sandra Hare was found dead in her Worcester apartment on February 5th. An autopsy determined a homicide by means of strangulation. Prosecutors say Melendez was interviewed and denied knowing Hare or ever being in her apartment.
It's been a long 6 weeks.
Hare's family called her Buffy. Many filled the courtroom Monday. Her nephew Jim Green says he doesn't know if Hare knew her alleged killer.
Nobody knew him. We didn't know him as a family.
Green says he wants Hare to be remembered for who she was.
Everybody she come across, whether it was, at school as a teacher or in the community, always just had positive things to say.
He says the family was disappointed Melendez never showed his face.
Very cowardly, absolutely. We would have loved to have seen his face, but at the same point, it's only a matter of time. We'll get to go through the process, and like I said earlier, it's justice for Buffy, and we'll get to see him soon enough.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
The Worcester woman who hit a grandmother and her 5-year-old granddaughter with her SUV is sentenced to state prison Monday. Cassandra McAuliffe pled guilty to several charges in Worcester Superior Court. Prosecutors say the 34-year-old was driving under the influence of drugs on June 29th when she chased her ex-boyfriend's vehicle through the streets of Worcester in her SUV. Prosecutors say McAuliffe lost control of her vehicle on Major Taylor Boulevard, striking the grandmother and her granddaughter. She was sentenced to 3 years in state prison. A 70-year-old man is alive today thanks to part in the quick thinking of an 11-year-old girl and her mother, who also happens to be a nurse at UMass Memorial Medical Center. Our Brittany Schaefer has the story.
I saw a man on the ground. From what I saw, he was shaking.
11-year-old Riley Olander was at a gymnastics meet at Shrewsbury High School when she heard people calling for a nurse.
They were all panicking, saying that they needed a nurse, so I went down and got my mom.
Riley's mother, Amy O'Connor, is a nurse at UMass Memorial Medical Center. She says she was at the right place at the right time.
I got up there, he was lying on his side in agonal breathing, and I flipped him over and checked his pulse. He didn't have one. I just started CPR.
70-year-old Joe Flack was watching his daughter at the meet when he collapsed and his heart stopped beating.
All of a sudden, the words weren't coming out of my mouth. And he said I just, bang, collapsed.
O'Connor gave Flack chest compressions for 10 to 15 minutes until EMTs arrived. They told Flack if O'Connor wasn't there, he wouldn't be here today.
To me, they're real heroes.
Doctors are still running tests to determine exactly what happened.
They're trying to rule out a mini stroke. It's some kind of syncope with the heart just stops beating.
But today, Flack says he's feeling much better.
I am so happy that it ended like it did. It was life-changing.
And all are grateful he's okay.
I feel relieved that he's okay.
The best feeling was seeing him in the emergency room last night, awake and talking.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
A stolen puppy in Auburn is back with its owner tonight. Auburn police say they got a call around midnight about a 5-week-old American Bulldog puppy stolen from home. According to police, the suspect, 23-year-old Amanda Millott, knew the victim. The victim told police Millott came to their home interested in buying the puppy. Police say when the owner of the puppy left the room, Millott grabbed the animal and ran to a waiting vehicle heading towards Worcester.
Officers met up with a couple of Worcester route officers, checked out a few of the addresses known to be where she might be hanging around or where she might be living, and addresses that had been attributed to her in the past. And they ended up finding her on Vincent Street and located the puppy and took her into custody based on a previous arrest warrant.
And Millott was arrested on an outstanding arrest warrant for unrelated charges. She was charged with larceny over $250 for this case. The American Red Cross held a blood drive in Worcester today, right here at our own Charter TV3 headquarters. The blood drive took place this afternoon here on Higgins Street. Dozens participated in the drive, which is one of several held by the American Red Cross. Last week, the organization said they were in need of donations after Tuesday's winter storm canceled blood drives. People we spoke with who participated say it's important to give blood and to help save lives.
Great way to give back to the community, and it's something that doesn't cost a dime. It's something everybody can do. It's super easy, it goes really fast, and they say that you can save up to 3 lives in one donation, so it's really amazing.
You can find the nearest blood drive near you by contacting the American Red Cross. Now to Southborough, where state police say debris crashed through a vehicle's sunroof on Route 9 this morning. The female driver was hospitalized with minor injuries. It's not clear what the debris was or where it came from. We do know the vehicle was driving under an overpass at the time. And to mark the first day of spring, Dairy Queen gave away free ice cream cones today. Dozens of people were at the West Boylston Street location this afternoon picking up their free cones. The fast food chain is accepting donations in support of the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. All proceeds collected at the West Boylston location will go to the Boston Children's Hospital. And employees and customers are allowed 1 free small vanilla, chocolate, or soft swirl ice cream cone to celebrate and help a good cause.
A lot of people are asking to, instead of just getting them free, they want to donate to, we have the little hospital thing so they could donate to the hospital at the same time, as well as getting the free cones.
With a free cone day, a lot of customers come in, they see that we actually donate, it's a community thing. So they'll come in, order the ice cream, they'll try to donate too. So it's a very community-based operation, I guess you would say.
Dairy Queens across the country have raised more than $120 million for the hospitals over the last 32